I have got a very strange addiction to these things. I've never mentioned this before, but you're only supposed to use these things for 3 days in a row, and that's it. I've been using these things for at least 10 months, multiple times a day, and I thought it was just me. But as I started looking into it and thinking, what can I do? I found actually that there's a whole heap of people, strangely, silently addicted to using decongestants. Now, don't know why or how any of this started, but this channel is all about fixing me, improving life, making things better, and that's what I'm out to do. Now, I'm pleased to say that as of yesterday, or as of today, it's really early, but I may have beaten it. Now, this all started about 10 months ago. I'd had a bit of a cold and I was struggling to sort of breathe deeply, and I was trying various different things, and ultimately I ended up finding that this Otrivine one worked amazingly well. Now, that sounds like an advert for it, and in one way it is really good, but these are dangerous, as in they can become addictive. If you only use it for 3 days, you're absolutely fine, and that is the recommendation as a dose. And if you start using these, it will say on the box, don't use for more than 3 days. The problem is, I've used them multiple times a day for about 10 months. And it got to the point where I'd got several of these all the time on me and in the house. Wherever I went, I always had to make sure I'd got some of these with me. And if I hadn't, I started to become really anxious. So, for some time now, I've been thinking, I don't want to be doing this, I don't want to be doing this, I don't want to be doing this. And it's been getting to the point where I've been buying 3 a week, sometimes 4 a week. Now, it's funny that we actually use these to clear up congestion in our nose, but if you use it too much, you can end up with something called rebound congestion. And clinically, this is known as rhinitis medicamentosa. And the problem with that is that you'll use these and then you quickly become congested again not long after. And it becomes a point where you're relying on this in order to breathe normally. And this is not what we want to be doing. So what have I done about it, and have I managed to get free from it? So what's the solution? What can we do? How can we get away from the debilitating effects of using these things? Well, I've looked at several options. I've tried different brands. I've tried organic sprays. I've tried using a neti pot. I've tried using Vicks Sinex under the nose. And one thing that I did read quite recently was to just use the congestant spray in one nostril, letting the other one become congested. But when you use it in one nostril, it gives the other one time to recover and heal, but it can take up to a month. Now, if the thought of that absolutely scares you, then I totally understand, because I'm exactly the same. Now, when you're walking around the house and you're noticing there's 2 at the side of my bed, I put my jeans on this morning and there's one in my pockets. I've got 2 in my work trousers and I've got 2 more in the work van. And going away, realising I'm getting panicky if I'm going away and I haven't got one with me, or 2 or 3. It became a bit of a problem. So I started looking into it. Now, there's various different remedies, things you can try and things you can do, but honestly, the one thing that worked for me, and I thought it was going to be really hard, but was going cold turkey. So what I did was I went cold turkey, and I did it all in one go. And I did it on a Sunday when I got no plans, and I got a bowl of water, hot water, and I was steaming over there, inhaling the steam with a towel over my head, and I was just doing it as much as I could. But it was the worst day of my life. It really was. The anxiety was through the roof. The feeling of wanting to get up and go and grab a nasal spray and just give us a quick squirt, was overwhelming. But what I will tell you is that feeling came and went in waves. There'd be moments where it went up and I was really desperate, and then moments where it went down a little bit. Wasn't quite so bad, but even though I still wanted to do it. And I just persevered and I kept myself busy and talking to my family. And somehow I made it towards the end of the day. Now at the end of the day, I got my old neti pot out, which had been in my bedside drawer for such a long time, and it helped a little bit. And I managed to get to sleep. And that was day 1. And it was the hardest thing I've ever had to do. But do you know what? I did it. And today is day 4. And I'm still not using it. And I'm really, really pleased that I'm still not using it, because these things are addictive and it costs money, you know, £4 or £5 each time you buy one of these. And I was buying 4 or 5 a time, and that's every single week. So it soon adds up. There's various things you can do and try. Now, obviously blowing your nose is one thing. Steam inhalations. Various little nasal sticks you can put up your nose. Vicks actually is quite good. It's actually quite good. And then there's a number of these, both chemical and herbal. Now I've tried pretty much all of those, and I've tried pretty much every one of these type of things, as well as the tablets. And this, the Otravine, is the one. And this is the only one that really sort of hit the spot really well, really easily. So it's no wonder people get addicted to them. Now a bit about me and my history. You know, your ears, your nose and your throat are all connected. And there's even departments at the hospital for ENT, ear, nose and throat. They're all connected. Now I've always had problems with my ears. Very slight hearing loss in one ear. I can hear totally fine through it. It's just a couple of frequencies are quite low. That's all. And sometimes I'm asking people to repeat themselves. I would get glue ear every single year without fail, which is a build-up of fluid behind the eardrum. Now fluid can naturally build up behind the eardrums, but normally it would drain through the eustachian tube, which is situated behind the eardrum, and it drains down into the throat. Now for some people, that eustachian tube collapses. It's called eustachian tube dysfunction, and it sort of closes like that, and then the fluid can't drain. Well, if you hold your nose and then blow, that pops that open, and that's why when you pop your nose, things improve. And so I've had a lifetime of doing these sort of things. Now I just got on with them, you know, it's life. I've had all sorts of operations, grommets, T-tubes inserted into my eardrums over the years, but we got there, and I just lived with it. It wasn't a major life-changing thing. My point is, I've got a background and history in problems with fluid and hearing and things like that. And so I think a lot of this mucus that's built up, it can sometimes come up here as well. And I've got a neti pot, which is just with some saline solution, which you sort of insert into one nostril, tilt your head, and the fluid goes up and comes out of the other nostril. Anyway, I don't think there's much more I can say on this. If you want to give it a go, it is worth it, and it's going to be worth it, but it won't be easy. It's that intense urge. But what I will say is that intense urge will come and go in the beginning, but eventually it subsides, it goes down. It does, I promise you. I don't know how long that's going to be for you, but for me, so far, touch wood, one day. Thank Thanks for watching. If you like or have enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, because I'm here trying to fix my own life. Have an amazing day.